Hello there. Welcome to another one of my interesting paranormal science and what are the theories behind the paranormal. I'm your host, Dibbers, maybe an expert, may not be an expert, but still learning his field, Ghostbusters. And my co-host is the fantastic Blue Lady. She's been a bit quiet recently. I think I might have upset her in my last video talking about things of haunting. She normally gets a bit more boo or hoo, or something here clatters chains, as the old cliche is. Well, in today's video, I'll talk about residual haunting, or inactive hauntings, I like to say, because I can't say residual haunting very easily. Please put your feelings, comment below, and if you do actually know more about this, or you've seen the old 80s film called Stone Tape Theory, please put a comment below about what you thought of it. What is a residual haunting? Well, the Stone Tape Theory is another answer to this type of haunting, which is essentially a long time ago, a person has lots of emotions, and those emotions are imprinted in the place. So what I mean is, for example, I used to work in the cinema. I used to spend a lot of time on something called a ticket check, where we used to tear people's tickets. Now, because I spent so much time there, and obviously I had a lot of emotions of happiness, sadness, joy, and other emotions like trying not to fall asleep, that might be impacted in that place. So when something happens, i.e. if someone decides to knock the place down, that imprint is released. Now it releases in a form of a spectrum, or known as a ghost. There's a difference between a ghost and a spirit, but I'll talk about that in a different one. Alright? But the residual haunting is essentially that. Now, this is how you can explain why you might see Dick Turpins in numerous different places, or Anne Boleyn, or Henry VIII, or even just Joe Blogg, me, Dibbers, Ghostbuster, in multiple different places. It isn't the spirit of me or spirit, it's the ghost, it's the image, like the Blue Lady. That's why quite often you see like a famous picture up in Norfolk of the White Lady walking down the stairs. Well, it was a residual haunting. She's walked that stairs so many times during her life, it's just been released. And because like all recordings, over time that starts to fade. That's quite often where the spectrum starts to get less and less, and eventually at some point that will eventually evaporate and you will no longer see that one. A great example of this was in York back in the 80s, where a group of people were doing a bit of work in the cellars and knocking away, and for weeks afterwards they saw Roman soldiers marching through the cellars. And what it was essentially, as they were knocking and rebuilding it all, that old Roman road was disturbed, and the spirits that used to walk down there all the time just came alive, basically. And that's essentially what Stone Tape Theory is. It's a residual haunting. These are amazing to see firsthand, and something I would love to say I want to see more of, because you get the feel of it. Sometimes residual haunting might not even be a spectrum. You might just get a feeling of something. You might, if there was a lot of happiness, you might walk into that building and all of a sudden feel happy. I know you are happy and you know it. Sorry, so that's basically that. Please put your feelings down below. Put any comments you feel about it all. The Stone Tape Theory is an old idea, but it's a very good one. I do feel it's a good way of explaining a type of haunting and also a type of ghost. Alright, but again, please free, because I'm learning like you. The paranormal science is ever evolving, and new theories are brought up and old ones disputed. And with that, I don't want to say have a good time, and I'll see you soon.